It's always a good time for Slav Polka. Oi, oi! Bring the
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Grandma Cookies, checking in on another video, and today I'm coming at y'all again with another video, and today we're going to be continuing the series of my top 10 favorite devil fruits, and today we're doing number 5, I think, yeah, number 5, and clearly by the thumbnail you can tell it's the slow fruit, or the Noro Noro, whichever one you want to call it. And yeah, this fruit I liked it for a bunch of different reasons, but I say one of the main reasons is probably because of Foxy himself, Foxy's character, and when we got to see him in the long land arc. That's such a tongue twister. But yeah, with that whole entire arc, and Foxy being one of the focus and like the focus villain for that arc, I actually liked him. A lot of people really don't like that arc because they consider it just annoying and people just wanted to be over with, but I actually somewhat enjoyed it, especially with all his gimmicks and stuff, like we got to see Afro Luffy, which I really liked that. And so many different things that his antics led to, which we really got to see. And I say about that arc as a whole, the long ring arc, with that arc right there, the one thing I was anticipating that whole entire arc was Sanji and Zoro fighting, because at this point in the story, Oda was building tension up, was building tension between them two slowly into the point when we got to this arc. It was like, okay, I think they finna get ready to fight. Like, I really was thinking that. And then when at the beginning, like when they got the fight, but they really didn't even really fight each other, and they was really more of just trying to fight the enemy. And that's when like you kind of realize that even though Sanji and Zoro hate each other and they probably are going to fight, they're never going to fight to a life and death battle. They'll never fight to that extent because they're still on the same crew. So you always know that. But yeah, about Foxy, back to Foxy though. I just really like a lot of things about Foxy character. Even his design is pretty nice, even though he's kind of, he's kind of shaped like a bell. And he has his body is shaped like a bell, and he has a six-pack for some weird reason, which is really hilarious. And him being his size, and he has a six-pack, which is very funny. But yeah, I just really liked him and his crew as a whole, because, like I said, I just really like their antics. Like, during this whole entire arc, to me, wasn't really any dull moments to the point where I just wasn't laughing or wasn't smiling at some of the things that was happening. So, I really give, that's like one thing that I really give him props for. Foxy being able to entertain me. And that's the reason why I even had to have him on the list. And then the other thing was his fruit itself. And the thing that I love about the fruit is the ideal itself. This fruit can be so overpowered if you give it to somebody in the right hands. And you can say that about every fruit, literally. You can say that about any fruit. You can say that about the jacket fruit. If you got somebody smart enough, they probably can, trick Kaido into putting them on or something. Which I'm pretty sure somebody in One Piece world that can really trick Kaido to do that. But I'm saying is, like, if you really do give this fruit to somebody who's smarter and who's not as complacent as Foxy, because Foxy is pretty much more of a buggy, I want to say a buggy copy, but most of his personality stems from that Buggy. Like, you can really get the vibes, the same vibes that you get off from Buggy. He's more of a coward, and he's more of complacent, and he's very comfortable with the position he got. And that's just like with Buggy. Buggy pretty much stayed on one island all the time. Ever since like Roger died, he pretty much stayed on one island because he just grew complacent, because he really didn't even care like about going out to venture, because he was too much of a coward to want to do that. So as long as he had power and he could do whatever he wanted to do, and no matter how small that power was, he was going to enjoy it. So that's why I kind of got the same feeling from Foxy, because Foxy was somewhat complacent and somewhat delusional in a way. And there's just like another thing, is just like the antics, like that's what led to the antics, and his whole crew just being annoying. Even though they was annoying, they was still funny to me. But back on the fruit, it was like I said, it's such an interesting idea to be able to slow things down and being able to just like like just that fruit like in itself. So you say you can slow things down. That can be very overpowered depending on, like I said, who you give it to. And that's like the thing I always loved about this fruit, because I was like, okay, if I ever wanted to see a character have a fruit and fight with it, it would be the slow fruit. Like literally, like I want to see more of this fruit, because like I said, I know if it's given to the person in the right hands, like give it to somebody and it's in the right hands, then they'll be able to really make this fruit very powerful. And just imagine if this fruit ever get awakening, cause it seemed like even though Foxy knew how to use this fruit, it didn't seem like he had it a long time. Cause like usually when a character has a fruit for a long time, you really do start to get them vibes, and plus their character, they start to pull out so many wild abilities to the point where you like I would never thought of that with that fruit. Like Doflamingo, some of the things he did with his fruit, even though obviously Doflamingo on a different level from Foxy, but still, you can tell clearly that he has fruit for a long time, being able to do different things with his screen fruit. Cause like most of the time you think of screen fruit, you'd be like, ain't this supposed to be like a weak fruit? And then you see somebody like Kuma. Kuma also, you can clearly see his fruit. He had his fruit for a while. Just the way he used his fruit and like some of the things he did, you probably think, okay, I would never thought of that. Like hitting somebody and trying to relieve the pain from them and taking away all their fatigue and stuff. Like who would have thought of that? Like would Kuma have thought of that when he first got the fruit? But yeah, like I said, I just really like the ideal of his fruit itself, being able to slow people down and come back and being able to fight, and just it just being that's very overpowered, like I said. And another thing is the abilities. Now the abilities, even though I don't really know too many of the abilities, I'm not gonna sit like I know all of them, but most of his abilities I seen him use, and the way he used his fruit was very interesting. In a way, just him being able to like I remember when they had the scene with the thing, I don't know the name of it, but they had this one scene where he used the I think he used the Noro Noro Foxy face bombs. It gets the name sounds stupid, but the way he used his fruit during that period was very interesting to me personally. And yeah, that's pretty much it about like the abilities and stuff, because like I said, he does have a bunch of abilities, but the most basic abilities was his Noro beam, where he just pretty much shot with his fingers, and he pretty much shot a slow beam at you. And another thing is even though this fruit is overpowered, it does have a hard counter, and that's the mirrors. If you have anything that can reflect something, then pretty much you can reflect it slow beams off you. So it's very like, if you got glass around you, if you got a mirror around you or something, then this fruit is practically almost rendered useless in some way. And that's the crazy thing, cause like just imagine him going up against old girl that got the I forgot her name, but who has the mirror fruit. I can't remember her name for the life of me, and I literally just did some research on this. But her with her mirror fruit, you know how she'll be able to completely negate Foxy's ability and probably be able to use it against him, because Foxy is not immune to his actual ability, so his own ability can be used against him. So if you're smart and you figure out how his fruit works, then the fruit is practically rendered useless at that point. And I'm pretty sure there's other fruits out there that's pretty much a hard counter to his fruit. Like I can imagine Bartholomew, I can imagine his barrier fruit, being able to reflect the beams back off, and be able to aim it back at Foxy himself, because even if his barrier can protect him from any damage and stuff, I think the thing is like his barrier is made out of glass and it can reflect things. So I'm pretty sure they'll be able to reflect the beams back at them. So that's a very thing too. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like for the fruit, because like I said, I'll just be rambling on forever. The fruit is very it could be very overpowered, but obviously it was given to somebody like Foxy, so I don't think we'll never be able to see the full extent of this fruit unless let's Oda do something like very dark where like he has Foxy die and Blackbeard takes his fruit, because like I said, this fruit is very powerful now. Like, just imagine if somebody like anybody could have had it, and them being able to slow things down, that would be overpowered. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, I really do like this fruit, and I really do like the Foxy arcs, the Foxy return arc, and the long long land arc. That's such a tongue twister for me. But yeah, I really do like those arcs, even though they're kind of hated by the fan base because they were just too long and kind of annoying. I can understand that too, but they still made me laugh and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. Y'all already know, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell if you want more of my list, because I still have 5 more fruits to do. And also, if you want anything that's related to light novels, that's related to manga, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, man, it's your boy Grandma Cookies, and I'm out.
To the tune till I'm dead.